Oh, 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 oh. Edges late, hoop swing, lip gloss and a laugh. I walk in like Sunday, but I've been through some wrath. They see soft, see sweet, figure I'm easy to bend. They don't see me in the mirror trying to hold my own head. Don't let my smile fool you. I've been breaking in the They try to chain my fire down low, but flames don't bow. They only grow a spark inside, a voice to show the world my
What was it that you said, my brother? You said that the oppressor is coming to oppress because that's what the oppressor does. Is that what you said, my brother? I'm just joking. My brother didn't say that. Of course, I'm my only child.
They'll get a person who's willing to sell everybody out, who's black. They were like, okay, we see this Negro. He's going to be useful. Let's get him, and we'll get him to run around talking about black on black crime and black folks don't need reparations. We'll get him to be our mouthpiece. And after the damage is done, we're going to destroy his career. Because they understand a tool like that can't be trusted. If he'll sell his own people out, why would I bring him in my house? That's the thing that black folks don't understand.
That's game.
There has never been a retirement plan for coons. Yeah.
I can't stand black people right now. I mean, they're emotional, they're violent, they're irrational, and they're stupid, and they're making things more difficult for society in general.
Oh, really? Black people are making it difficult to society. Why don't you talk about you white men getting arrested nonstop every day for being pedophilia and touching little kids? You don't want to talk about that? What about the school shooters? Don't want to talk about that. Why would Epstein files? A bunch of rich white men trafficking children, eating humans. Why don't you talk about that? Why don't you talk about you guys unaliving your own family members and taking out your girlfriends and wives? Why don't you talk about that? Why don't you talk about that you lead in the trafficking? Why don't you talk about the fact that you lead in homicides? Why don't you talk about the fact that you commit crimes against your own family members more than any race combined? Why don't you talk about the serial unalivers? White men lead in that. Why don't you talk about white men leading 99% of assassinations? Y'all do all the assassinations. Oh yeah, the sexual abuse and raping animals. I'll talk about that. Oh, but according to this guy's mind, We are dangerous to society. Come on, man, make that shit make sense. And this guy claims he's a Christian. Of course he supports Charlie Kirk, voted for Trump. It's never surprising.
Listen, guys, you know, we don't normally do Tuesday nights unless it's a city council meeting. And you guys know what we know about the veto. But we have an update. I'm not going to say we might have an update. We definitely have an update on what happened after the city council meeting. So after the city council meeting took place, like minds met up and we started comparing notes, right? We got to comparing notes and we couldn't figure out what was different about this day and this city council meeting that was different from, let's say, December 16th, 2025 city council meeting, right? Because clearly they're using the same rule, which you have to literally break a code to find this this rule inside the city charter. You have to literally solve a puzzle in order to get to this section of it, of the charter. And what we discovered is that, well, let me tell you, let me show you. Let me do a better job. First, let's run back December 16th, 2025. Good evening, folks. Welcome to the show.
And sir, can you tell us what this is preference to?
You're going to see. You're going to see.
On the agenda, please contact the administration before or after the meeting. So we have a discussion. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried.
F, to receive and consider the mayor's veto message regarding ordinance number 129, 2025. Madam President and the members of the council, I received the veto ordinance number 129, 2025, and the mayor's attached veto message on Wednesday, December the 10th, 2025 at 3 p.m. and forwarded a copy to each council member on December the 10th, 2025 at 3:19 p.m. Per the charter in section 2-15C, I am submitting the veto ordinance and the veto message from the mayor to the city council at this time. A copy of the ordinance and the message is in your council book. And at this time, I'm going to turn it over to Attorney Tregus, which will explain the procedures and the protocol.
Madam President, ladies and gentlemen of the council, under your charter provision, section 2-15C, it is now the appropriate time to consider any motion in response to the veto. Should the council vote to re-adopt the ordinance 129, 2025, by an affirmative vote of 2/3 of all of its members, the ordinance will become law, irrespective of the veto. If nothing is moved, then the veto will continue.
We have a motion.
Madam President, Attorney Gist, Attorney Goins, I make a motion to override the veto with a roll call vote.
Second. Motion by Councilman Green, second by Councilman Laverdane to override the veto. Discussion.
Hold on, public comments.
Public comments. Okay.
3 minutes.
Oh, we didn't have public comments today.
Oh no! Don't you
okay.
dare ruin my surprise.
Oh, okay.
Don't you dare ruin my surprise.
Message. A message from the mayor to the
Favor? Any opposed? Motion carried.
F, to receive and consider the mayor's veto message regarding ordinance number 25, 2026. Madam President and the members of the council, I received the veto ordinance number 25, 2026, and the mayor's attached veto message on Monday, April the 27th, 2026, at 3:10 p.m. and forward a copy to each council member at 3:29 p.m. Per the charter in section 2-15C, I am submitting the veto ordinance and the veto message from the mayor to the city council at this time.
Go to consent calendar.
Madam President, Ms. Clerk, Madam Clerk, where's the mayor? She's gonna come down and talk to us about
I
this?
have no clue, Mr. Green. I don't know where the mayor is. I work for the council.
Oh, I was just asking, I didn't know if you were informed
No.
prior to the start of the meeting.
Okay, G, consent
Well,
calendar.
no, wait, before we go further, I want to get a clarity because you had citizens here to talk about F. I think they may have signed up for F. So this is the reason I asked.
Okay, Mr. Green, Madam President, the only is you cannot have any discussion on the mayor's veto.
Wow.
Councilman Lawbert to override the veto. Discussion.
The whole public comments.
Public comments. Okay.
So what's different? What's different from fucking May 5th to December 16th?
They
To
done
where the
violated
whole
something.
goddamn charter gets to
They
be
done violated
violated.
something for sure. Donna, Miss, I work for the council. I don't work for the mayor.
but you've been working for the same mayor for the last 20 years. Meanwhile, the council's changed. I don't know how many times.
Okay. All right. So you've been up there long enough to know the rules because you teach the city council the rules.
You have been up there long enough to know how to get around them.
You
too.
done effed up. You done effed up.
You violated the charter, Donna. You know that rule they keep talking about. Hold on. You know the rule they keep talking
And
about?
then ain't Git sitting right there. Didn't his daddy make the charter?
His
And he
daddy
been
made
sitting
the
right there
charter.
letting it happen?
So here it is, right? This is section 2, right? Section 2, and they're talking about 2-15C. When you go look at it from the regular website, you can't see it, right? It even tells you that it's been modified. And hold on. Oh yeah. Section 2-1 through 2-20 are all reserved. That means that they're not featured on this webpage. You can't see them. So them going around quoting 2-15, literally, unless you know how to find it, which we found out how to find it, you had to read further down into the whole thing just to find. Look how far I gotta go. Just to find that there's a 2-11. And when you click on the 2-11, guess what pops up? All the ones that are missing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. They make it hard for you to find these things. Yep.
So 2-15, section C, ordinance vetoed by the mayor shall be submitted promptly to the city clerk, who in turn shall submit them to the city council at the next regular meeting following receipt thereof. Should the council vote to readopt the ordinance by the affirmative vote of 2/3 of all members, said ordinance shall become law irrespective of the veto by the mayor or whatever, right? That's got absolutely zero to do with what she just literally made up.
Message. The only thing that you can't have any discussion on the mayor's veto message. There's no vote on the mayor's veto message.
You can't have public comment.
Not on the mayor's veto message.
Which is vastly different.
It seems like to me. Can I say something? Can you hear me? Because I hear quiet. Okay.
Yeah.
So on this veto, the rules go they're thrown out the door. And this is why we keep trying to tell you guys that you need change. And this is not us. We're suggesting that you guys need change, because every time we show you these different cases and different scenarios of what is your mayor is doing, and he has an administration that backs him up. Regardless, I understand what Donna says, but her paycheck doesn't say city council. It says city of Alexandria. So what I'm saying is, this is why you guys need a change, because it just seems like everybody's in cahoots and nobody wants to do what that city charter says to do. It has been over and over and over again violated, and no one is talking about it but us. We're the only ones mentioning that city charter and comparing what's going on in that city council to what's going on in that city charter. Nobody wants to abide by the rules. People want to make up their rules as they go. They want to bully people because they have law degrees and they think we're not intelligent enough to pay attention to what they do, because we always tell them, I ain't reading that, I ain't doing this, I ain't doing that. And they take that to heart and use it against you when they hear you talk like that. And this is how he continues to get over on y'all, going on 20 years. Because nobody wants to read the fine print. Nobody wants to dig and find the answer. We take what's been thrown at us and move with it. And that's the problem, we as Black people, and they know this. You guys, they know us better than we know ourselves. They know we're not going to do the work. They know we're not going to do the research. They know that you're going to go and party, okay, and drink and listen to King George. They have you down pat. They know you're not going to come to a city council meeting. That's why it's easy for them to get over on everybody. And then when there's a problem, everybody want to say, oh, I didn't see that. I didn't know that was coming. And we're constantly telling you guys, look what he's doing. Look what he's doing.
You know, he begged y'all to come out there to River Fest, Alex Fest, whatever it is. He begged y'all to come out there. And a lot of y'all went. But guess how much he says about telling y'all to go to the city council meetings? And they literally in the same place. You guys were partying with King George 50 feet away from the city council chambers where you could have been today. It's all good. We not going.
Yeah, and they came in droves for the Cleo Fields meeting. Oh my goodness. They came in. We had to park. I had to park down around the corner.
Now hold on. Because I want to be fair. I want to be fair, right? Because the thing that we're talking about is this right here, right? This is the letter that accompanied it. His veto accompanied it. Did I say that? I did say that. That accompanied it. His veto. She didn't want to read this into the record. It is quite lengthy. But what we will present tonight, is a reason why you should hit the share button, and you should hit the like button. You should hit the turbo button. Wherever you're watching us from, whether it's YouTube or TikTok or Twitch, wherever you're watching us from, hit the button that communicates that you are excited about what we're about to tell you, and that you're willing to share this information with a friend, because that place was packed out. And I went on UrbanCast, and I looked at the fact that UrbanCast sat up there, and Stephen Sharp was upset when the lady from the I catch everything. When the lady from the Juneteenth Commission started talking about how they also have a voter registration program, you could audibly hear Stephen, that's ridiculous. That's fake. That's ridiculous. I don't want to hear that. Oh, dude, you're the cameraman. Be that. Unless you want to put on your DPEC hat, which I don't know if you can even put that on. It won't even fit. What I'm saying is this. Everybody's got to know their role, right? And this is the time where we have to actually know what other people's roles are. Don't get stuck on your role. Know what everybody else's role is around you. That's how you know how you can optimally operate. Optimally operate. Yes. Operate at optimal capacity. It's to know what everybody else's role is supposed to be. If y'all a team, everybody's supposed to know what the role is. But our role is to bring you this big, juicy chunk of information, right? Because this letter is totally disrespectful. And Jock, I'm not surprised you didn't show up. Somebody would have asked you to step outside, sir. And inevitably. And it still might happen. But April 24th, this is the letter she's talking about. It is essential to recognize that ignorance of the law does not absolve individuals or organizations from responsibility based on the principle of ignorantia juris non exhaustus. It says ignorance of the law does not excuse. Organizational leaders maintained legal position and actions with unfavorable outcomes when reviewed by the courts and the Attorney General, serving as a reminder that legal missteps, whether due to misunderstanding or oversight, have consequences. Yet before the City of Alexandria City Council, the organization misrepresents positions with impunity. Somehow we are expected to say, oh, this time it's on the up and up. So what is he saying in this bullshit opening statement? It's a threat. It's not even a thinly veiled threat. He gets to talking about how attorney generals and Supreme Court judges and all this. Yeah. All that is true. It's factual. You just explained to us how the court system works. Yippity doo dah. Well, it isn't. And now the Greater Alexandria Economic Development Authority, or GATA, is being supported in its deceit unwittingly by some of the council. So when I call Jock a devil, just remember he's calling Malcolm and Jules deceitful black people. That must be look what he says. The council is appeasing the motivations of con artists and dividers who seek to destroy the relationships, foment rancor in official proceedings, overtly potlick on public access, gaslight, and shift blame for increasingly abject failure. Bitch. First off, we told you about gaslighting, Jock. That's why you have it highlighted. We called you a gaslighter first. That's not how this works. You're the narcissist, not us. And I'm trying to explain to y'all. I don't know why. I don't know what it is that's got black folks spooked to go sit in these city council meetings. And I'm not saying get into it with these council people. But I'm also not advocating for you to stand idly by while they completely do you over with no Vaseline. I can't let that happen to my folks. And I would hope that I'm around people that wouldn't want that to happen to none of us. Right? So I don't know why you guys are sitting up here, snapping pictures with Jock, participating in his foolery, being a number in his fuckery game, playing a part to it, and you're black or you're colored. No, my bad. You're a deceitful black person. You're no better than Malcolm or Jules. And please don't agree with Malcolm or Jules, because guess what that makes you? A deceitful black person, just like Malcolm and Jules. He said about people, you're seeking to destroy relationships and foment rancor. in official proceedings, overtly politic on public access. I bet you, I know you thought you cooked with that one, sir. It's bullshit.
Which line you on?
I'm right here. I'm on the second paragraph.
Oh, dang. You read the first paragraph already?
I did.
Okay.
And shift blame for increasingly abject failure. The only failure is you. The administration is blameless with regard to Gators and the council's self-generated legal woes. Here are the indisputable facts. And let me tell you something. When Jock gets to talking about here are the facts, that means everything before that was bullshit. Matter of fact, even the facts that he wrote down might be bullshit. But anybody that has to differentiate between this is the truth, I'm telling you the truth, there's a little con artist in him. And he said every bad thing. Now, mind you, we're talking about Gator. We're talking about a group of predominantly black folks, right, that are doing things for predominantly black interest, right? That's what they want to do. Look at how he just described everybody. It's supported in deceit and unwittingly. You're too stupid to know you're being fooled by some of the council. Yeah, because some on the council is deceitful and what else do they like to do? They're appeasing the motivations of con artists because some of those black councilmen are con artists. And I know if a couple of them are con artists, it has to be a couple of you in there.
So wait a minute, you're actually reading this that he said? Or are you
on,
just making this up?
That's what I was trying to figure out.
So,
But from the comments,
wait a
it
minute,
looks like he is saying some of this stuff, Miss Louisa.
So this, okay, so I want you guys to pay attention real quick. This is the mayor of your city talking to a director of an organization that was almost scammed and skimmed and cheated out of her position. Do you see how we can go back to the reference of my money from this letter? Do you understand why are you going this hard about a veto? Why are you going so hard? Why are you taking this personal? If you didn't truly mean what you said about it being my money, what are you doing? It's something else going on here. And I guess maybe it's the way you reading it. I'm comprehending it a little bit different, but it's more deeper than just a basic of a veto being a letter for a veto. Just
He must
sounds
be sick
personal.
he must be sick from the Alex Fit, River Fit. That's why he wrote this and ain't show up.
Oh, I don't. Oh, I'm just
Because
saying.
he was there all weekend.
Okay,
he was there all weekend. Today
but I'm
Tuesday,
saying
he ain't make it.
this is a mayor of a city of predominantly black people, and you're talking this way to them,
Miss Linda.
Oh my God!
Did you see Miss Linda? Y'all. Miss Linda. Oh my
Insulting the
goodness.
intelligence of the citizens. Sitting here, that's exactly what I called him. He's projecting and telling on himself. Legal woes? Yeah, he's threatening. I can't stand that hot-headed bastard. Oh, his vest was a little too tight when he wrote this. Damn. So he's sitting right there making $250 an hour. He's calling him ignorant.
Oh.
I can't stand that hog-headed bastard. He's a bitch.
Wow.
Because when he said his money, he said he meant his money. Hey, I said what I said, Miss Philly.
Oh my Lord. We just left church. You can't be talking like that.
No, we left a meeting at church. We didn't leave church. Church wasn't going on. He's a bitch.
A biatch.
A biatch. Now,
Too
mind
short.
you, I
That's
haven't
too
even
short
made it to
tone.
the second paragraph.
Oh yes. All right. Let me be quiet.
Woo, okay. Here are the indisputable facts. An intergovernmental agreement was properly executed between the city and Gator, as had prior ones. The ordinance and the contract that followed resulted from arm's length discussions and a unanimous vote by the agency statutorily organized to assist the city for the purpose of contemplated and undertaken by the city. Gator came to the executive branch with the proposal, not the other way around. Gator offered the deal, and now that is now being rescinded.
Okay, stop for 1 second. So when can anybody answer this? When was this contract produced to them? Who was participating in this written contract?
I don't want to open up another panel, but I guess I have to. Hold on.
Because that's important. That's important to the relevant, to me, to the relevant of this whole situation.
Hold on. I got to go back now. All right. So, let's go to live. Latest. Where is the? Oh, here it goes.
May be viewed live by the public, Optimum Cable Channel 4. A rebroadcast may be viewed on Optimum Cable Channel 4 in the City of Alexandria website, www.cityofalexandria.la.com. Item number 1, to consider final adoption of an ordinance rescinding ordinance 17-2024 that authorized the mayor to enter into an intergovernmental agreement between the City of Alexandria and the Greater Alexandria Economic Development Authority, GATA District, for the purpose of cooperative economic development, general services related agreement and agenda, and otherwise providing with respect thereto. Does anyone in the agenda administration want to speak on this item?
We don't know what it's there for.
Okay, well, I'll put it there because I'm trying to figure out what is the ordinance? What is that particular ordinance?
The ordinance states what it states about itself, right?
Okay.
So corporate, it's been in place for a long time.
All right, well,
I think you probably have folks here that you want to speak to. Yeah.
Okay, stop it for a second. I want to see, there's a copy of it because someone showed the copy before. I want to see who signed it.
Nobody would have signed it. It just would have been voted on by Gator.
No. The original contract, because that was the thing, C. Ray Lewis, when they said his name was on it. Remember that contract, that agreement?
Yeah, that was John Callis them. They held a special meeting.
That's what I want everybody to understand. I need you to say that and tell the names that are on there.
So so there was this period when Reddix was still on the council and he had messed up, and he had changed the rules to where they could pull out and put in anybody they wanted to at any time. Well, during that point in time, they were trying to get rid of Ms. Bernardo because she had just took over Gator. They were trying to get rid of Ms. Bernardo, and they were trying to get rid of Tiffany Sanders, right? Well, during that period, what it was John Callis, Greg Upton, who was the other one? C. Ray Lewis.
Patel.
Who?
Patel.
Patel.
And Carroll.
And John Carroll. They were holding meetings. They were calling special meetings without the other Black Gator members there. They were holding special meetings and they were passing bullshit like this. And that's
keep in mind, they did not show up to the regular meetings that were scheduled for Gator. So they would conduct special meetings. So this was all in cahoots. This was planned. to go after that money. This is what I'm trying to get you guys to understand. They purposely set up this contract like this. They purposely did this, and they did it without the rest of the regular GATA meetings. They did this on a special meeting. So this was done. If you guys don't see what's under these, do you know one of the provisions to get rid of GATA is to bankrupt them? One of the things to do to get rid of GATA is to bankrupt them. The amount of money that he's asking for them to give to the city is over $1 million.
They had them on a payment plan.
It doesn't matter.
Well, let me tell you about the payment plan. So the payment plan was, we'll just keep a rolling open book, right? We'll just keep an open rolling checkbook. You know, you owe us this $1 million up front, but you know, we could come to you and we might pick a little bit up and we might add a little bit more to the debt, you know, just to make sure that we always can get money from GATA. Always. No matter what. We can turn in a $120,000 invoice for Riverfed and get away with it. And Jock, don't think I have questions, because if an auditor came down and found out that money that you was getting off the back end from GATA from them feds was going anywhere but other back into the general services fund or public service use, then you're stealing the money. You're stealing the money. And I think you're stealing the money. That's my personal assessment of this whole situation. I think you did the data breach. I think you were behind that. I think you stole the money from that as well. I think the fact that 8 million is such a key number and it spans so many different years. We've been talking about $8 million here, $8 million there. Every time it's exactly 8 million, or it adds up to 8 million, whether that's how much you collected in restore money or whatever it was. Whatever it was. I just feel like you're a scam artist and you know this is your last run. Miss Bell said, send your email, Mama. She can send you the original contract, I guess.
All right, thank you.
So, oh yeah, so that type of disrespect carries over, right? That's a group effort. So when you see stuff
like
those
comments, does the administration have a response? Thank you.
Your daddy beckoned you, boy.
Well, since my name was called, let me.
And he was pissed. He was pissed he had to call him. I would have given $1 million to see what that eye contact exchange looked like. C. Ray Lewis was probably too scared to get up there and get into that rumble because he knew he was going to get mocked. But Jock made him do it. Shame on you, Jock, for making that black man prove what kind of coon he was.
Dr. Lewis. So the idea, first and foremost, we're saying that the city has a responsibility in economic development. And one of the biggest things for economic development is site development and site readiness. This agreement that we came across was to help with site readiness for other developers to come into the building and or any private investors to come into the building to develop. If you look at Shreveport, New Orleans, they invest a lot of money, the city, in site development, meaning putting a property that's not in commerce or operation back into use to attract.
Stop it for a minute. Now, let me say this, and you guys know already. Years ago, Mr. Fuller, let me repeat this because sometimes you have to repeat this. Years ago, Mr. Fuller had a person who was going to buy Weiss and Goldring as it is, as it was. And that man who's sitting right there was the one who denied it. He was going to buy the building. Don't touch it. We will do everything to the building to get it up to code and everything. And he told him no. Now he's turning around and he's forcing GATA. See, y'all got to look at how things are connecting. Now he's turning around and forcing GATA to stand up there like this little cronies stand up there saying to get it ready. This person who wanted to purchase the building was already getting it. He said he would do everything to the building. You didn't need to get it ready. That was years ago. And it's been sitting there ever since. So when are we going to pay attention to what's going on? And the reason why I can tell you about that with Mr. Fuller, because I was with Mr. Fuller when he was talking to the young man. The man wanted the building. He said, don't do nothing to it. I'll do everything. Now he's turning around and billing Gator for it. Y'all better look at what's going on under the surface of what's going on. Pay attention.
The city's policy should uphold the legal principle that its legislative acts affecting contractual relationships should not be rescinded if such rescission impairs existing contract rights, interferes with current obligations, or decreases the city's bias or value in a cooperative relationship, especially after the fact that, and based simply on new politics after a new commission following an election. The city cannot reduce its value proposition without sufficient legal costs to avoid prohibited public donations. See Louisiana AG Op number 130 whatever. The enacted ordinance discussed here rescinds Alexandria City Council Ordinance 1728-2024, which authorized the city to enter into an intergovernmental agreement with Gator, a public partner agency created by the city to serve the city, not its own counterfeited ends. Ooh. The threshold requirement of this constitutional doctrine for distinguishing between invalid and lawful expenditures and transfers of public funds and property is in the presence of a legal obligation or duty by the transfer to alienate said funds or property. Town of Brustley v. West Baton Rouge Police Jury, whatever. So he's citing case law, right? He's citing case law to make up for the case of why he should be allowed to do whatever he wants to Gator. This is the second contract. Damn. Yeah, he was saying we, and we didn't know who we was. Because not his. Get a group of people and go get your local councilman and councilman at large. That's what I'm talking about. Because if you want your own Gator board, go make your own Gator board and see if they got a tax authority.
You missed a comment that said,
What?
Melanie Powell said, can the citizens request an audit
of
the mayor's personal financials?
No, we absolutely cannot. But what we can do, it did pop right up. What we can do is get a look at that budget. We need a forensics audit of the city finances. And we need that immediately. Because when you're playing high and loose with other people's money, typically you probably already ran through your own money.
Wait a minute, he said my money. What are you talking about? He said my money.
His money. That's why he needs it so bad, because somehow he don't have it. Somehow that little $30,000 here is $60,000 there is what's keeping the city afloat, according to him.
I'm just saying, I just want y'all just to pay attention. We just want y'all to understand that something ain't right. And for this man to take all this stuff to heart, and you're supposed to be the mayor, you cannot sit in that seat and be personal and revengeful and vindictive like a spoiled little child. You can't do that.
Investors and private entities.
I get that.
So to say that the city's not, that's not their job, that economic development, that is the best practice to make sure the foundation.
Do you see how angry Jock looks at Malcolm for interrupting Curtis? Look at the look on his face. He is totally fucking livid. How dare you interrupt him? He's a doctor. Listen, y'all, we giving y'all the game.
Is up to code so developers can come into. We've lost a lot of opportunity because we don't have ready sites.
No, you lost the opportunity because your mayor's a racist and he didn't want black people owning the Whites and Gold Ring building.
That is the city's job, is to put property back into commerce. So to say that it's not, I think that does a disservice. I don't think that's the best practice. I'm a business person.
You're not a business person. I don't like it when you cap. Every time you start capping, it makes me want to change the channel.
Did you miss Stephen McGee, Mr. Stephen McGee's comment?
I'm on 3 different pages right now. Let me
Wait,
see.
hold on. I got you. Hold on. He said, yeah, he said that, but it was one where he said, oh, the original contract was 11 years old and we termed it when I was elected chairman before I was removed.
So that was the original contract, and I'm assuming that was the contract they was operating off of that was giving Dixie League all that money too. Because remember, Keith Fox was y'all biggest fan for a while, and that was because y'all was what was keeping Dixie League afloat. Hold on. Okay, yeah, I got it. I need an assistant.
How much you paying?
Zero. You get a portion of my paycheck.
And how much is that?
If you want to hide the law, so they say, place it in the law book. Here's the public purpose of Gator. Now, does anybody in the classroom want to tell me why that one singular line is so offensive? If you want to hide the law, so they say, place it in the law book. Here's the public purpose of Gator. So the real reason why that's such an offensive phrase, and the idea, the irony that he's using it while talking about black people, that irony isn't lost on me. So they used to say, if you want to hide something from a nigga, put it in a book. Right? Because that the optimal occurrence of that, or the inference of that, is that black people don't read. So for him to twist it and turn it into, if you want to hide the law, place it in a book, place it in a law book. Are you insinuating that 2 black lawyers, Malcolm and Tiffany, don't have any idea what the fuck they're talking about? And you do. You know what, Jock? I'm not saying you're a racist. What I'm going to say is racist people vote for you. Yeah. I'm not going to call you a racist, but racist people vote for you. And you vote for a lot of racist people, because your councilman at large for the last 30 years has been Jim Villard. Yeah. You act like you don't vote. You act like you're above it all, but we know you're participating in it. You still want to be a part of the numbers, right? You'll vote for yourself. You know, you would never make it as a councilman because you don't cooperate. You know, you wouldn't make it as a councilman because people will call you on your bullshit more often than they do now. But that's neither here nor there. Black people don't read. That is the insinuation.
And him saying that right there, that's one of the many things would be the reason why I wouldn't put him back in the position as the mayor, because he has a way of insulting you. And he thinks he's above everybody else. He thinks he's the smartest cookie in the jar. And he dismisses anybody else who's smarter than him, whose high IQ is higher than him, especially when they look like us. So I don't know, this November, when it's time for y'all to go to them polls, if you want to continue with this, or do you want something new and innovative and someone who knows how to talk to you like an adult and don't take everything in a revengeful way when things don't go their way and have pouting moments and shout out, "It's my money," like J.G. Wentworth commercial. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what you guys want. I know what you don't need. You don't need another fete. You don't need another celebration. Not now, not in Louisiana. We got work to do. And you have a choice. You have a right to believe in who you want to believe in. But if someone I'm believing in is leading me down a bad path, I'm not going to keep on the ride. I'm getting off the ride. You can guarantee you that. And getting over on you guys, every opportunity they get, he's getting over on you. He's not putting anything in your communities and in your districts, and you keep going to whatever he throws. It's amazing. It's mind-boggling to me. Because one thing I learned is not to follow somebody and take me in the right direction.
Right. Wait, you went on mute. Does that mean you saying you done?
Yeah, that means I'm done when I go mute.
Why you got two up here? Okay. So he puts in C and D, which this isn't even attached to anything. There is no A and B anywhere on here. So he just jumps directly to C and D. The special taxing district is created for the purpose of cooperative economic development between the city of Alexandria and the special taxing district. The district shall have as its purpose cooperative. Hold on 1 second. Hello, what's going on, brother?
Hey, how y'all doing, man? How y'all doing?
We doing all right, man. We going over this damn paperwork.
Yeah, let me clear some things up for you guys. The first contract was the last year I was on Gator, which was my third year, and that contract was 11 years old, and it was a whack ass contract then. They came back, and that was the thing I feel that when Jock Roy helped Reddix rescind the ordinance to remove me and put someone else in, that was when they brought this new contract out when I was off the board. So now that I'm back and I'm still not feeling it because it's just not for Gator. It's not for Gator. I don't know why he's harping on it. I'm trying to figure out, Lewis keeps saying we, but Lewis is not an employee of the city. He is not an agent of the city. The other thing, Gator is supposed to be involved in certain capital projects where we do demolition, where we also participate in site readiness. But if the site is already ready, what else needs to be done? If you go walk through there now, there's nothing but concrete or brick walls, brick columns, concrete floor. There's no sheetrock. There's nothing else there. So I don't know how much ready the site is supposed to be for a developer. Usually and it's not a problem getting a site ready as an incentive for the developer, yes. But when you want us to give you money for something that's already been done, the asbestos was cleaned out back when Ed Lorverdane was on the council and Fuller. They were giving money up to do this and to do this for the building. And if you remember, if you go back, Ms. McCall, you may remember Joe Fuller and they said, "No, we tired of giving money for something that ain't going nowhere."
Yeah.
And that's when it started cranking up. See, they couldn't get the money from them, so now let's turn to Gator. And that's why that contract was like 11 years old, and he tried to bring it back, but we wasn't feeling it then. We not feeling it now. And let's be clear, we have projects that we're ready to get involved in right now. That is for site readiness. That is for capital projects. We have several options that we can choose from. We just don't choose Wise and Goring, and I don't know why they just can't understand that. But you're not gonna pick our projects. That's not how this works. We're supposed to see where an impact needs to be made, and from there, get into a project or facilitate a project or fund a project. You don't just come in and, hey, we want some money. We're putting it here. Well, we'll let you know what we want to let you know when we let you know it. No, that don't work. I'm smarter than that. Very intelligent man.
But see,
A
that's what
monkey
they've
can
been
figure that
doing,
out.
Mr. McGee. That's what they've been doing in the past. And I think
Right.
Mr. Moeller got tired of it. And that's when
You're
they kind of fell
absolutely
out.
correct. You're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. And the thing of it is, I'm not going for it. I'm not. I think there's a something that I don't know how we're not supposed to be in the seats that we're in for some reason.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But I'm here now. If you don't see it, you see me, and I'm not going nowhere. And I'm gonna do what's right for the people. I'm not doing what's right for the mayor. I'm doing what's right for the city of Alexandria, for District 1, 2, and 3. Now I know I'm in there for District 1, but I can't look at one without looking at the other two at the same time. That wouldn't be fair, and that wouldn't be a righteous black man. And I am a righteous black man. So that's how we're at where we're at now. And the rest of the board feels as I do. Well, from districts 2 and 3, along with 1. The 4 of us, and I think we have an at-large commissioner that we all seem to agree on what we've been doing, and we're not planning on backing down. It is what it is. We're not going to get involved in something that doesn't make sense, that's not lucrative. You mean to tell me you want us to put $1 million or more into a project, and you have the choice to sell it or trade it, as you say? So now, what did I get involved for?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And we're about stimulating economy, not stifling economy. You understand what I'm saying? There's a difference. If there was a valid plan, if you could show me pass out several copies of one plan to several people, so several people can read it and see there's an actual plan and that there is a developer. You understand what I'm saying? If you notice, when Lewis was talking, he said getting sites ready. He never mentioned Wise and Goring.
Yeah, but he sure
Like they're
didn't.
very careful to not
Never mention Wise and Goring because it's site ready.
Yeah. Well, you wouldn't have had to get his site ready if he would have sold it to the guy Mr. Fuller talked to that said he would do everything. He didn't.
And
They had
after
somebody
that,
who would. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
after that, they had another developer from Georgia that came in, and they agreed to do something, but they wouldn't tell us. They never told us officially. We had to find out on our own that the developer pulled out. Something rotten in the cotton.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Gator literally comes before Alexandria to ask the ersatz questions of how it can separate from the city. Now, you guys would not believe what I found when I looked up the word ersatz, because he used it very, very fast and loosely. Like I said, he's doing things fast and loose. So ersatz, switch to this page. So we got into what's an example, right? A synonym for ersatz is a counterfeit, fake imitation, a phony, sham, a substitute, synthetic, weak, bogus, copied, false, manufactured, pretended, simulated, spurious, right? What is ersatz slang for? It's a version of something that is an inferior, substitute, or imitation. You might speak in an ersatz French accent, but you won't fool the Parisian who runs the local French bakery, right? What does it mean? Substitute. The word was frequently applied as an adjective to modify terms like coffee, made from acorns, and flour, made from potatoes. Ersatz products necessitated by the perfect. Basically, what an ersatz is, when he says counterfeit, he's saying they're coming up here with these bullshit arguments. That's what this paper is saying. That they come up here and they have these bullshit arguments before the council. Gator literally comes before Alexandria to ask the ersatz questions of how it can separate from the city. That's a stupid fucking question, is what he's saying. In legalese. Because I guess Google doesn't exist where he lives at. It is shown by the city it has partially performed and is being hampered in continued or full performance by actions of Gator. It is further maintained by the city that actions by Gator constitute an anticipated or actual breach in demonstrable bad faith. The city placed the agency in a default. Oh, the proposed rescission ordinance is a legally unsound position for the Alexandria City Council, perhaps requiring a declaratory judgment and other relief to protect municipal finances, fiduciary duties, and to stop a contracting party from benefiting from its bad faith. Sets poor precedent in policymaking relative to A, the reliance of parties on the validity of the council's legislative acts, and B, non-impairment or reduction in existing obligations benefiting the public, and 3, constitutes a vain and useless act in as much as the rescission instrument cannot be used to release these obligations under these circumstances after a contract was executed. The city's vested rights cannot be disturbed retroactively. And again, nobody in that meeting said anything remotely close to that. The council has enacted a facially invalid ordinance. Wait, the council has enacted facially invalid ordinances. That means more than one. Despite being advised against such action, raising concerns about the council's adherence to legal guidance, the council has inconsistently fulfilled its obligation to provide legally balanced budget and fair exposition of redistricting. What? Where did redistricting and the budget come in at? Necessitating sustained vetoes and reflecting a troubling trend of decisions that undermine legal and fiscal with more of a tendency toward political motivated decision making. The council should not be tricked into shielding the misconduct of its appointed bodies, entities over which the council has sole authority. He's talking about the black folks on Gator, isn't he? That's what he's mad at. He's mad at you coloreds on Gator. He's pissed. He called you guys. Let me see what he called y'all up here. He said, the motivation, he said, of the Gator is being supported in its deceit unwittingly by some on the council. The council is appeasing the motivation of con artists and dividers who seek to destroy relationships, foment rancor in official proceedings, overtly politic on public access, gaslight, and shift blame for increasingly abject failure. The administration is blameless with regard to Gators and the council's self-generated legal woes. That's who he's talking to, you black folks on the council and the black folks on Gator. That's who he's talking to.
And he sounds like an angry little kid that wants his way. And the way he wants to do it is he wants to insult you by using big, fancy law, how do you say, legal words. That's what he sounds like.
We almost to the bottom. The council, okay. Worse still, the council allows its meetings to foster lies, protect deceit, and avoid its sole responsibility to govern Gator. And perhaps worse still, the council allows representatives to disparage, defame, and harm reputations while denying fair and equal opportunity by elected and other leaders to place truth in the record of proceeding. Oh, he's chastising you for talking shit to Curtis. I don't listen. There's a reason why they won't let me in that city hall no more. Because if it would have, man, I'm glad. Listen, don't give me no position. If you see me on a ballot, do not vote for me. I am going to go in there and fuck shit clean up. I promise you, it's gonna be hell.
You're going to jail.
I'm going.
Yeah, why would you do that?
You're
Why
going
would
to
you do
jail.
that?
Because I'm tired. It's gonna take that. You're gonna have to flip the tables. You're gonna have to.
I get the flipping of the tables. I get that, but you don't have to put your hands on nobody.
I'm putting my hands on everybody.
He's so stupid.
You don't think it's a damn kung fu movie in there? Watch out! It is a far cry from the principles for which the original ordinance was enacted. That of cooperative economic development. What can we expect from an organization living in the courtroom and losing so often on its specious, untrustworthy position? The council possesses both documentation demonstrating the executive branch's good faith and demonstrable evidence of Gator's bad faith. For these reasons, multiple city legal counselors recommend, and I do hereby veto this ordinance as a vain and useless act. It should have no effect on the current obligations flowing out of a valid contract. The law abhors vain and useless acts. Alexander and Alexander, okay, blah, blah, blah. Okay. I will still work to find solutions without seeking unneeded court or other involvement, but only if allowed to do so, working by and through persons acting in demonstrable good faith, which has yet to be seen from Gator. So, Gator, here's my gift to you.
Ooh.
Gator, here's my gift to you. The first gift I'm going to give to you is a ChatGPT breakdown of this here explanation. And I'm going to tell you some things ChatGPT said about how bad of this. They said this is what they call it. This document is advocacy dressed in legal analysis. It's designed to pressure decision makers, frame the council as reckless, raise fear of consequences. But in a real legal setting, listen, in a real legal setting, it would need specific contract language, clear breach evidence, and less reliance on tone and more on statute and case law. And so that means no matter how many case laws they cited throughout here, it's not enough to meet the You know the reason why he won't take it to court? Because legal litigation works both ways. Because just as much as he could sue you out for whatever, y'all could also countersue. In that discovery period, you could ask so many questions you could ask during the discovery period. You could even ask, you could even bring up where the money goes after Gator gives it to him once he gives him the invoice for the feds. We all would like to know that. But I bet you he doesn't want, because he doesn't want to sue you, because he doesn't want to get into court. Because if he gets into court, he knows that's where he's weakest at, because he doesn't want to have to open those books. And if he has to open those books, you're going to find out where the $112,000 went. Or maybe you won't. And maybe that's the interesting part. You won't even see that money in those books. I digress. But ChatGPT told this one a new. It did not like the way that it said a couple things, other things. It was talking about how it's a weak legal argument, and it's basically a bunch of feelings. It's just a bunch of. It's just like you said. It's a bad little kid having a temper tantrum.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Let's see. So the key argument is about the legally binding agreements, which they do exist, and Gator has never refuted that. Gator just wants to fulfill this last obligation and be done, if I'm not mistaken. Am I correct, Mr. McGee? You on mute. Oh, he's not even here no more.
He was gone.
Damn. I'm pretty militant. Hold on. I gotta go up. Damn. Okay, there it goes. Okay. What about this new guy that is just coming on board as Villard's pick? Don't know. Who was he? Yeah, we don't know nothing about that guy at all.
I didn't know they brought somebody up.
They had to get somebody because
because it was said for him to get somebody. Mr. McGee told him he needed to get somebody.
Sounds like BS. He really thought he ate with this letter, huh? That's what I said, bro. Alexandria gonna need their own Django at this point. You got a couple of them. How self-projecting of himself. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He really thought he had it going. He gonna catch a beat down. Oh yeah, if I give it, man, I'm talking about the first thing he gonna do is sit them damn security guards on me. You notice how the security guards, the cops now standing at the podium with nobody up there?
Yeah.
I'm pretty militant. I definitely vote for you. Don't vote for me. I'm gonna win, and y'all gonna get me unalived. Y'all gonna get me killed around the bitch. He came to the first meeting drunk as a skunk. I did this with Fowler. Rest in peace. They're like, no, he's not dead. Oh shit. Damn. Okay. What's up, Chuck? I didn't even know you was here. That's what I'm gonna do. You gonna think Eric Mays came back. I'm gonna be point. He really sat back with a cigar and a shot glass and thought, yeah, I'm gonna fuck him up. I'm gonna fuck him up with this one. True with no Stevens. Oh man, y'all gonna get me burnt. That's why I love Hate AI. I do. I kind of love Hate AI. The mayor takes zero accountability. Absolutely zero.
Mm-hmm.
Unalived or hogtied. Boy, that brings back memories. I ain't lying.
Yeah.
Damn E-rats. He gonna use a word like E-rats. Nigga, you act like we don't got. Hold on.
I told you he intelligence. He don't.
It's called airshots.
Airshots.
Okay, you said. Okay.
Yeah, no whack ass language. Nobody give a damn about your legalese.
He said that on purpose because he knew y'all didn't understand it. He knew what he doing. Someone should tell Fowler to use his microphone. So if he ain't sitting up there asleep. He just shows that they said let me not say what I want to say about the Fowler. The reason why he's sticking in there.
Oh, wait a minute. So there is an accompanying damn, do I want to? Is this all the same thing? Oh, y'all can't see it. Oh. So I'm looking for attachment. Okay. So he added in the plan that goes with it. And I'm guessing what his argument is that the cooperative economic development activities and powers prescribed and conferred by the initial proposals of Spark and now Reignite are for a public purpose for which public money may be expended by the COA and GATA. The COA, wishing to address economic distress, intends Reignite to employ effective, innovative steps in planning. So you don't even have a full plan for Reignite yet. You just know that you need GATA's money to do it. Hold on, let me zoom in so y'all can see. You did all this for what? Hold on. Now, I don't know why these things look like this, because these look like copies of a copy. Okay. So projects in ranked order. Bringhurst Ballpark. So that's where the Gator money's going. Are related to restoration of the park and the park area for baseball, including high school and college tournaments, play as well as multi-purpose events. Contingency, council failure to fund Reignite. Alexandria Zoological rebuild of the tiger exhibit. Are these news articles? I don't understand. Wait, Gator could fund the design study in 2026 by contribution of $250,000, or Gator could await implementation and contribute $1 million in phases towards the $9 million capital expense. Gator could contribute $1 million in phases toward the capital expenses. COA has $5 million committed towards the $10 million total capital expenses.
You don't have to do any.
Gator would agree to a time-bound phased contribution of $1 million. So they haven't even agreed on any of this yet. Initial design components ready to commence final feasibility published 1/17/2016. COA is ready to release RFQs and design elements. So you sat on this ship for 10 years? Something about this ain't right. Project, new transportation center. Bus station, Reignite projects expected to relocate the bus station downtown to Bowdoin Avenue. Contingency, multiple funding match challenges, council failure to fund Reignite. Huh. This plan does not specifically address public awareness and media engagement, other policies may, but assumes the partners will develop and implement comprehensive public awareness, media engagement strategies tailored to outcome, reviews, metrics, and reporting as needed. A selective analysis of internal and external assessments about these projects is provided. So let's take a deep dive real quick into the mind of what Jock thinks makes Alexandria work. Yeah, microphones. He said microphones weren't invented when Fowler first got on the council. Hello, Miss Cosby. Oh, it's Fed program. Oh, yeah. He did it to build himself up, to make himself look like the sharpest knife in the drawer. And he just looks like Spark, Reignite. Sounds like arson to me, but I'm just a conspiracy theorist. Now, are you saying something about the houses that are burning down? And the fact that he uses words like spark and reignite? We need to light a fire under Alexandria. Do not say that in public, Jock. I don't care what you explain to the people. Do not say, we need to light a fire under Alexandria. We need to get this place hot. That way the demolition will be paid for. So inside their brain, they think community landmarks offer the potential for a return to and new uses like the Alexandria Mall, Bringhurst, Alexandria Zoo, and others. The community is diverse with strong talent and a mature sense of place, although this identity has been difficult to define and congeal with one plan. What? Alexandria was not severely affected by the hardest economic times due to protective factors, which unfortunately doubles as weaknesses and threats. What? That's the most convoluted sentence I've ever heard. It was protected by things that cause it weakness. Alexandria has historically experienced consistent incremental expansion of its tax base over time. Alexandria is recognized as a hospital and healthcare advantage hub community. Alexandria is a timber community and wood-related product national leader. Alexandria is an energy innovator community. Alexandria is a manufacturing community, all of which could be seen as a lie. Alexandria is an education community. Alexandria is creating more active development community. I don't know what that means. Alexandria is an arts community, home to notable local museums and institutions. I wouldn't say local, and I wouldn't say notable. Alexandria has and can redevelop significant quality of life assets, including assets which are outdoors based, experience based, as well as education and health based. What are these experiences? Smaller neighboring communities add unique values, such as the nurseries in Forest Hill. You mean outside of District 1, 2, and 3? And neighboring community, Forest Hill is not a neighboring community, champ. You got to drive some miles to get there. Neighboring communities is like maybe Smithville to Lower Third. You know what I mean? There's only things different between them is the water. You know what I mean? But Alexandria to Forest Hill, you got to hop on a highway, champ. There is a vibrant ethnic retail ecosystem with increasing diverse culinary options. Oh, he's talking about the Mexican restaurants. The presence of military contributes greatly and uniquely to the community's strength. He must be talking about Curtis. Weaknesses. The community faces challenges in leveraging its diversity due to lack of convergence. Hold on. It sounds like a word salad here, champ. Y'all still with me? I know y'all still awake. I can't believe y'all still with me. Damn. Please call back in so that you can give us insight on the guy that Bavar picked with his gay. Oh, okay. Oh, Mr. McGee, they're asking for you, sir. They need it. I don't think he knows a lot about him either. It's a dark horse. Okay, he said he's back. Okay. He already lit a fire under 2 black council persons, but let me be quiet. I still hear you loud and clear. Though. All right. Please call back in. So okay. She must keep dropping out. All right. Y'all watch the screen for me, just in case. Let's see. All right, here. Convergence. Convergence is the act of moving toward union, uniformity, or a common point. Described the merging of distinct technologies there. Okay. What else can we do? Okay. Yeah, I guess I didn't want to know that. Parochialism and lack of convergence hinder progress in optimizing competitive advantages, health, recreation, and retail. Certain economic sectors in Alexandria are perceived as risky, which affect investment and risk assessment. There is a dearth of proven best practice adoption and support of startups due to lack of convergence. The community lack a robust microcredit ecosystem. Due to lack of convergence, Local support for projects could be better coordinated to enhance collaboration on community initiatives. Mass transportation and transit solutions are strained, posing a challenge for future city success and growth in a new age. Transportation access for visitors is inadequate. Commitment to shared infrastructure fluctuates over time due to lack of convergence. Some areas lack significant and supportive retail opportunities nearby due to lack of convergence and/or adherence to proven best practice adoptions. Income inequality exceeds the national average, creating challenges for discretionary spending and overall economic participation. Now, here's what I have a problem with, right? They know all this. So why are we always trying to explain this to Jock? You know all of it. You have it broken down in the details. Why are we always arguing with Jock about what the city doesn't have? He knows that he screwed over them other parks to give Johnny Downs all that money. He knows that. Oh, he said he hasn't met him yet, Miss Jeannie Moran. He hasn't met him yet. So again, Jock knows all these things. He knows what we're talking about. And he tries to dress it up with fancy language. But this convergence thing, this is about black people and white people. And the lack of convergence. The white people don't want to be near the black people. So it does create inequality. Prospects for future development projects are becoming plenteous. Some wins now would create a likely tipping point. A catalytic revamp of downtown is on the horizon and congealing into one vision, project by project. Okay. Heritage sites such as the Hotel Bentley, Fort Randolph, Fort Bulow offer opportunities to boost heritage tourism and attract more visitors. Hey, Siri. Oh, I really do got Siri. Damn, I forgot. Hey, Siri. What do Southern people mean by heritage? Oh. Oh, okay, fine. Fine. They have my Bluetooth on. All right. Hey, Siri. What do Southern people mean by heritage?
Here's an answer from thickintentauthority.com.
Heritage refers to a person's cultural or family background, often including traditions and customs that have been passed down through generations. You know what? I'm so glad you said that.
Probably whatever you think happened in modern slavery, so slavery since 1492, it's probably about 1,000 times worse than what's in your head. It was one of the most cruel institutions ever devised by humanity. It's not the same as ancient and medieval slavery. Ancient and medieval slavery, the goal there was to own a person who would then take up some of the mundane tasks in life, right? The goal was to just sort of, I'll have somebody cook and clean for me. I'll have somebody do the labor that I want to be freed from. Modern slavery was capitalism set ablaze, where my goal is to extract as much labor as I can from this person to the point where their death means nothing to me. I'll just buy another slave to replace them. And it was a system of deliberate terrorism and cruelty. So we actually need two words. Like we have a word hill and then we have a word mountain. We really need two words for slavery, one for medieval and ancient slavery, and then one for what we did in the modern period.
I'm just saying. Because we got to protect the heritage. Heritage sites such as the Hotel Bentley in Fort Randolph and Fort Bulow offer opportunities to boost heritage tourism and attract more visitors. The Reignite plan aims to improve infrastructure, which could be leveraged to attract mall and other major corridor redevelopment. So Reignite is this basic ass, fake ass facelift for the city that you're about to spend million. Well, I don't know. I don't know if you're going to end up actually spending it. But if you can get a hold of Gators money, you can guarantee it's going to be done. The creation of new jobs is both current strength and future opportunity. Successful partnerships lead to further public-private ventures and noticed by outsiders. I thought you didn't like the outsiders. Hall and Nash, the NWO, you didn't? Okay. Effective external partnerships are critical during financial crises. Collaboration through partnerships overcome artificial barriers, enabling progress for the city. Collaboration through Successful partnering supports the mission of Reignite, provides a model for future collaboration, and signals Alexandria's willingness to support significant investment for meaningful returns, except for Black communities. The England Economic and Industrial Development District, Central Louisiana Regional Port, Kisatchie Delta, the Central Louisiana Regional Chamber of Commerce, Louisiana Central, EDO, and other economic developed entities are sharing the same playbook more openly and acceptingly. So this is that defeat by isolationism. So he's not going to include Gator while talking about taking Gator's money. And that's why I don't blame Gator for not giving him a thin fucking dime. Because as we looked on the FET website, there was no Gator on neither one of the FET websites, even though Ms. Bernardo came out and said that they have been charged back for some FETs, which means essentially that Gator was a sponsor of the FET. They just weren't named, just like with this. They're trying to isolate you and make you feel like you're by yourself. But I tell you what, if you left Gator alone and you just named all these people you could rely on, you could have been left Gator alone. You just listed off.
Not if I have a personal agenda to get rid of Gator. No, I'm not going to leave them alone. Well, I'm not going to stop until I make them suffer. I don't know what your problem is.
Gator alone. Them people ain't did nothing to you. They don't owe you nothing. They don't know you like that. You know what I'm saying? You on their front porch and you talking about what they owe you and they don't know you. Threats. The current credit market may limit private developers' access to financing, increasing the city's risk in public-private partnerships. Alexandria faces growing competition for retail, and the retail landscape is seen as evolving away from traditional brick-and-mortar models. The city must address the opportunity cost of not investing taxpayer dollars elsewhere, especially as citizens advocate for infrastructure improvements. Income inequality exceeds the national average, creating challenges for discretionary. See, he's not even trying to address the fact that there are no jobs here. He's more concerned about the fact that you niggas ain't got enough money to be here. There remains a lingering, measurable, evident self-deprecation that borders on destructive at times due to lack of convergence and or adherence to proven best practice adoption. These are Jock's inner thoughts. These are his inner thoughts.
You said that's his inner thoughts.
Those are his inner thoughts. That's what he be thinking when he be sitting up there looking at us. He said income inequality exceeds the national average, creating challenges for discretionary spending, overall economic participation. This poses as fund dollar impediment that must be considered. It's not the fact that you don't have the jobs to support people having fund dollars. It's not even the fact that you have these crooked ass landlords. It's the fact that the Black folks don't have enough money for the retailers to come in, because that's what you're concerned about. It can't be me. See, I'll be the one trying to get him out of office so we can fight. I wouldn't even try to get him out of office just so we could, just get somebody else in. No, because you can't slap nobody that's already elected. That's a $2,000 fine, and you got to spend a night in jail.
But why would you want to be violent? What's that going to prove?
Because I'm speaking a language. I'm speaking a language.
I got you.
I'm speaking sign language. I'm talking to him with these hands. Yeah. The goal is to bankrupt them because they took him on and won their positions back. He has a personal agenda. That's what it sounds like to me. Because all this shit can be done without even asking for Gators money. Matter of fact, they got enough resources they could give Gator some money instead of taking from Gator. That's what I would say. But y'all, we can't. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to say you're correct with that. It doesn't make any sense. It don't.
Now, let's speed up to today's. No, let's not. Oh, let's go ahead and finish it.
You can go.
Nobody knew what to do. They knew what to do in December. Oh, look, I'll show you. They knew exactly what to do in December. But today they just...
We adopt the ordinance 129, 2025. By an affirmative vote of 2/3 of all of its members, the ordinance will become law, irrespective of veto. If nothing is moved, then the veto will continue.
We have a motion.
Madam President, Attorney Gist, Attorney Goins, I make a motion to override the veto with a roll call vote.
Second. Motion.
It's quite different from this.
What happened?
Oh.
Okay, sir, there is a
I gotta run it
procedure that you cannot have any discussion on the mayor's veto message. The only thing that you can't have any discussion on the mayor's veto message. There's no vote on the mayor's veto message.
You can't have public comment.
Not on the mayor's veto message.
You can go.
Not on the mayor's veto message.
So if there was a possibility of taking a vote to possibly override it, we couldn't do that either?
Okay, sir, there is a procedure that you would have to follow to make sure that you have that item placed on the agenda.
So, teaching me.
Okay.
If
that item, ordinance number 25, 2026 is not on the council agenda. That's the only way that any item can be discussed if it's on the agenda up for a resolution or.
Hold on. Nat, I got one for you, bro.
Now, that is not what Jules Green asked. He asked about a vote to override the veto. And what Donna Jones is doing, she is trying to sidestep that question, and she is still talking about discussion of the mayor's veto message, like what we did tonight, what you did tonight. She's saying that's not allowed, and public comment on the mayor's veto message is not allowed. But she did not address the vote to override the veto and to get Elizabeth Felter and Jim Vallard on record as either abstaining from the vote like they did 2 weeks ago or actually voting it down. Because the major issue with Jock Roy, Elizabeth Felter, Jim Vallard, and Chuck Fowler is they do not want to see Gator put money into the Black neighborhoods of Alexandria to promote economic development there. So what Jock Roy wants to do is bankrupt Gator by taking all of their money from them and putting it into a losing proposition, taking $1.25 million and put it into a dilapidated, decrepit, obsolete, old building that you'll never get your money back out of. It's just a big sinkhole. And what Donna Jones did, as you contrasted from December 16th, she tossed it over to Trey Gist, and he presided over the vote to override the veto. She didn't even do that. She tried to move almost immediately to the next item on the agenda, item G. Something's not right here. The fact that she is trying to pull the wool over the city council eyes, and Trey Gist is not even bringing up the points that he brought up December 16th, that this is the appropriate time to make a motion and move on this veto. They are totally bypassing stuff. And what she's saying about it's not allowed is not in the city charter. I checked just to make sure it's not in the city charter. And you can see that by looking at the December 16th meeting when Jock Roy vetoed the fair district maps.
Okay, and where we at? I want to show this now, right? Well, let's do this first.
An ordinance for final adoption.
So, well, may I make a motion to not to accept his message till we put this on the agenda where we possibly may be able to override the veto?
Excuse me, sir. What did you say, Mr. Green?
Do we have to accept this since he's not here and we?
Yes.
All right. He asked the question, Mr. Porter. This is what we were trying to establish. He asked the overriding question. That should have triggered it right then and there. But she pretended like she didn't understand what he was saying.
Absolutely, and that's a complete reversal of what they did with a similar veto on December the 16th.
Motion by Councilman Green, second by Councilman Laverdane to override the veto.
They took a vote right then and there.
Well, you would not be able, you can't change the mayor's veto. The mayor has vetoed it.
He vetoed it because we had 4.
Correct.
We don't know if we have 5. We don't know if we have 6. That was the purpose of my question.
That would take another motion.
It would take another motion, and the motion that it would take, sir, would be to have the ordinance placed on the agenda by unanimous consent.
And that is absolutely false.
That's wrong.
What is sad here is that Donna Jones been in that job for over 30 years. Trey Gist been in that job for over 30 years. They know what the rules are. They executed the rules correctly 6 months prior on December 16th. And now they're throwing all these hurdles and obstacles and pitfalls in the way, in the path of the city council taking a vote to attempt to override the mayor's veto. Now, why the mayor has directed them to not allow a vote to take place? Because let's be real about this. The vote will fail. I'm thinking the only ones that would vote for it would be Jules Green, Malcolm Lauderdale. And so it'll fail. But what would happen, you will get Elizabeth Felter and Jim Vallard, who are running for re-election this year. You will get them on record as either abstaining and not supporting development in the Black community, allowing Gator to do what they want to do, or they would have had to just pony up and vote it down, vote against it. But what Trey Gist has done and Donna Jones has done, that's not right. And all we have to do is look at December 16th, and you'll see how it's supposed to be done.
Well, we know it's not right because they did it right before. That's what you did it right before. I don't know what the problem is now, but
that's because they were told to make sure that doesn't come up. There will be you got to understand who you're dealing with. Okay? You're dealing with Jock. He doesn't want no pushback. He's not good with pushback.
It doesn't really matter what he wants, right? Because at some point, he's the damn mayor, ain't it? You don't get to you're the executive branch. It's not like you're the Lord and Savior of all of Alexandria. And you still got to do everything legally. And you still have to do things by the charter. Absolutely. So the fact that he's not here, this was going to be the play anyway, Mr. Porter. I just thought about it. This was going to be the play anyway, whether he was there or not. They were going to try to bulldoze and BS their way straight through it. And they almost got away with it. Hold on. Miss Jeannie want me to watch something. Hold on. Mr. Porter, that was that awkward silence I was telling you about. You could have dropped the pen in there. They didn't know. They were so caught off guard by what was going on, they didn't know how to handle it.
That it would take, sir, would be.
And that's how you know Jockway has too much of a stronghold on them people.
To have the ordinance placed on the agenda by unanimous consent. And the reason why is because it's not on the agenda. Once you received that veto message from me on Monday, you had 2 weeks to give me a call to ask me to request that I put this item back on the agenda. I did not hear from anyone.
Oh, okay, you did, because I was under the assumption, and assumptions do it all in, that he would be here to talk to the citizens and we would be able to discuss the veto that he did against for the council's wishes. That's what I'm saying. And so for us to do this, you're now saying we have to have unanimous consent to place item
Ordinance number 25, 2026 on the agenda. Yes, sir, to be discussed.
I'll make that motion.
I second it.
It was at this moment. Listen, Cynthia, it's nothing personal. But when I see it, I gotta call it. Said I do. I have to call it. It's incumbent upon me. But when he said, I second, please pay attention to what she did.
I'll make that motion.
I second it.
Roll call vote, please.
What are we gonna do now? And I could almost listen because I'm empathic, right? And maybe this is
That's you waiting for it to buffer?
Hell no. Maybe this is one of my problems, right? You know that cold, draining feeling that comes all over your body when the cop pull up behind you, or when you're just stuck in a situation where you just, oh God, I know I'm not in this situation. It's that cold, draining feeling through your whole body. I can only imagine. I believe that's what went through her body. I think that's what went through her body.
Mr. Lorday?
Yes.
Ms. Perry?
No.
She said no. She said no. Okay. The motion failed. Consent calendar. Number 1, introduction of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept the low bid submitted for gas meters and Itron ERTs. Number 2, introduction of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept the low bid submitted.
Damn, that's gotta hurt, bro. That's gotta hurt. That's like running face first into a brick wall. You know you're gonna get blended up for this. You know them black folks is gonna cook you for this. It's not even gonna be us this time. Well, what was on the agenda for the 16th? That was the redistricting. That was the redistricting. I could not believe she said no. Baby, listen, if you've been listening to this show, Mr. Lita been telling you, where'd she go? Mr. Lita been telling you, you gotta watch her. You still there? Oh, damn. Where did everybody? Oh, yeah, I had to come back out and come back in.
I'm still here, but I had to switch over. My phone went dead.
Me too. We just sitting back there waiting on him.
Yeah, my phone went dead.
Somebody said, damn, Cynthia. She said it was a hard no. It was a hard no.
Not a hard no.
Miss Jeannie Moran. The thing is, she knows she's gonna get cooked for this. It's not even gonna be us. It's not gonna be us. You know, Mr. Porter brought something up. The Gator situation was the death of Reddix. The Gator situation was the death of Lee Rubin. Gator is like the hockey puck that nobody wants to touch but the black folks. And I'm talking about we moving that son bitch all across that ice rink. But them people, they not ready to play. They don't know how to play fair with Gator.
Well, you got to look at it. They think that the city council, the black city council members, are interfering with the partnership between Gator and the city of Alexandria.
How so?
That's the issue he has altogether. That's the problem he's having. He's talking directly to all of the black city councilmen who, minus Johnson and Cynthia, which is Malcolm and Green. So what he's doing is he's saying he's blaming them for interfering in his money. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, he calling them all kind of crooks and con men.
Yeah. He talking about himself, but
you know what, John? For you to be a pork-based bitch like that, man, you got to be out your mind. I asked about the 16th vote to see if it was on the agenda as opposed to not being on the agenda. Okay, so what happened is on the 16th, he vetoed the redistricting map, right? And that's where me and Mr. Porter started going down that rabbit hole, because I distinctly remember them handling vetoes completely different. I distinctly remember vetoes automatically triggering whether or not you wanted to override it. That was an automatic. If there was a veto, there was a vote to see if you wanted to override it. They came hand in hand. The fact that she didn't even want to have the discussion today lets me know that this is all technology. This is all an illusion. Trey Gist is sitting up there. He knows full and well what's going on. Cynthia knows full and well what's going on. You know Elizabeth knows what's going on. You know Fowler and Villard know what's going on. It's like the only two people that don't know what's going on is Malcolm and Jules. And that's because they're not in on it.
And let me add to Ms. Colson's question. On the December 16th agenda, there was not another line item on the agenda to vote to override the mayor's veto. If you look at the two agendas, the wording, the language is essentially the same, with the exception of the actual ordinance number.
Mm-hmm.
The wording is exactly the same. And on December 16th, there was not another item on the agenda saying to conduct a vote to override the mayor's veto. No. So what she was saying here was on May 5th, Donna Jones was saying, and Trey Gist was amening, was wrong. It was false. And it's not in the charter either. It's not in section 2-15C. So, and all we have to do is look at the veto, how they how they conducted the meeting on December 16th, and then look at how they did it on May 5th.
2-15C, I am submitting the veto ordinance and the veto message from the mayor to the city council at this time. A copy of the ordinance and the message is in your council book. And at this time, I'm going to turn it over to Attorney Trey Gist, which will explain the procedures and the protocol.
So how many times have they done this? Think about how many times this has been done, y'all, and because nobody caught it.
Charter?
I don't think this is the only time.
Oh no, I know it's not the only time.
I think this has been done numerous times. Just people just didn't catch it.
I think that Jock is like, you know, when a football dynasty, when they have that one bad season that knocks them completely out. That's what this is. This is Jock's last good season. Oh, this is a bad season. He's going out bad because it's like everything that he's laying down we're catching it. Now, I wanted to stop the video because I wanted to ask Mr. Porter. The words on that screen say, which will explain the procedures and protocol for 2-15C, right?
Yes, that's right.
So he's about to explain what the protocols are.
Yeah, that's what he's about to do, which means we will conduct a vote, and it has to pass. It has to be 2/3 of the full membership, which would be 5 council members. And if it's less than 5, the veto stands. But to override it, you need 5 votes. So that's the protocol right there.
Madam President, ladies and gentlemen of council, under your charter provision, section 2-15C, it is now the appropriate time to consider any motion in response to veto. Should the council vote to readopt the ordinance 129-2025 by an affirmative vote of 2/3 of all of its members, the ordinance will become law, irrespective of the veto. If nothing is moved, then the veto will continue.
Didn't somebody second something and then somebody moved for something? And it was supposed to be a vote on the veto itself, on the override?
That's right.
So they screwed them people out of their vote. They screwed them people out of their ability to vote.
Yeah,
Whether
because
or not it was going to fail, it doesn't matter.
Jock Roy did not want that vote to be held. And he did not want his veto message to be read.
Oh, well, only thing we not doing is holding the vote, but if we could, I'd vote yes. Rescind this shit.
Committee for Laboratory Chemicals. Number 3, introduction of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept the low bid submitted for herbicides. Ms. Perry?
No.
She said no.
Them people threw their hands up. Well, she said no. That's the end of it. Does that make everybody sitting at this table complicit? That makes Trey, Donna, and Mr. Kaz. They're all
like I said earlier, Trey Gitt's been there more than 30 years, so has Donna Jones. They've been through several vetoes. I know when I was on the city council, Jeff Hall vetoed about 4 items that I can kind of remember. And one of them he took us to court on.
Hey, remember the one where you wanted to change the utility incentives?
That's right.
He vetoed that one too.
He vetoed that one. He vetoed the what was the other one? He vetoed the budget. He vetoed the incentive changing. I wanted to change the incentive that he was giving to these companies. And there was some others. I'm drawing a blank. But yes, and each time we followed the same procedure that was followed December 16th. May 5th is an exception to the rules.
Wow.
It's actually a violation of the rules.
It's a violation.
So we advise you guys to do this if you're really interested in doing this, is to read the city charter. We need to bring out the charter again like we did before and break down the charter again and talk about it, Mr. Porter, when you get an opportunity. We need to make a show fully talking about the charter again.
That'll take a whole week.
But we definitely need to do that so that you guys know what we're saying is not, we don't have a dog in the fight. So what we want you guys to do is to be able to learn what that charter says, so that if by chance you go to one of these meetings and you see that something doesn't sound right, you can go strictly to the charter and say, according to section such and such and such, what you just said is not in our charter, or it's against the charter.
They're not going to go back and forth with you because it's just a comment. We don't have to answer.
They don't have to answer. That's fine. But you let them know. Yeah, they don't have to say anything, but you can let them know.
Now,
you definitely let them know. I just read that section, Mr. Porter is correct. Donna lied. You so stupid, You stupid, Scott.
Oh,
just
no, she said just play the old show again. We don't have to redo it.
We gotta find it. Gotta find it.
I had a good point, but I forgot what it was now. Oh well. Who had up? Shoot. It was something I wanted to say. Yeah, Jock wasn't here. Just imagine how this conversation would have went if Jock was there. It would have been spit all over the place. It would have been like 5 empty water bottles up there, a whole bunch of candy wrappers. He would have been upset. He wouldn't have been going through it. Now, I do want to say this. Not only are there consequences to vote, to not voting, etc., there's also benefits to voting, because you guys elected Malcolm and Jules. And by them two being the only stand out and stand up people on that council, it's exposing. Can I get an amen? Ask Donna where he was. He did ask her, where's the mayor? And she was like, I don't know. What you trying to say? I'm trying to say you might know where the mayor at. Damn. He here any other time. That's why you don't elect me. My whole campaign is going to be do not vote for me. Please do not vote for me. I am going to, the first thing I'm going to do is cut somebody out. And it's going to be somebody that needs it. It's going to be somebody that needs it. How y'all going to leave? Y'all going to put me on the council up here with damn Chuck Fowler. I'm going to cuss his ass out every city council meeting. Shut up. He ain't going to be saying nothing because he be asleep half the time. Oh, you don't like my language? Leave America then. There's freedom of speech. Why didn't they ask Caffrey? I don't know why they didn't ask Caffrey. That's what she said. She didn't have a clue and told them she worked for the council and not the mayor. Like, how I can't tell. It got a little touchy there. You know what I mean? Got a little touchy there. Yeah, I was making my duty to tell Chuck Fowler, shut up every council meeting, right before the council meeting start. Shut up. Meeting's adjourned. Caffrey was at Mount Zion. Oh, he was over there vamping off of the real black folks.
No, he needed to. He went over there so he can run back and tell what was said. That's what he was over there for. He was over there to see who was there.
He could have just watched Urban Cast like I did.
And he went over there so that he
Yeah, because he wasn't at the council meeting either.
Yeah.
Goins was the only one sitting there.
Yeah.
And Goins gonna walk in with damn sunglasses over his face. Like, yeah, nigga, I can tell.
It's falling off his head like he just made, like he was running late or something.
Who?
Goins walked in like that with his sunglasses falling all off his face and stuff.
He was running late.
Or he was going real fast.
Yup, he was the ears and eyes. Yep, sure was. He sure was. Anytime, any type of anything like that, especially when black people get together, watch who shows up. Watch who shows up, y'all. Donna is good people. She is doing her job. They need to read the charter for themselves. Nobody said she wasn't no good person, but she was incorrect in that information she gave. It was incorrect.
She definitely ain't doing her job. She don't know what she doing.
Yeah, she been. Yeah,
you can't go one way for one meeting and say that you can
say something different for
say
another
something
meeting.
about the video, and then you can't say something this time. Nah, they in trouble.
Been there too long.
They in trouble.
Her and Trey Gist didn't even say nothing either. They both wrong. He had a lot to say on the other one, but he sure didn't have nothing to say on this one because they were told not to say nothing. That's please. I believe it was told to do just what they did.
Ladies and gentlemen of council, under your charter provision, section 2,
I think she knew what to do this day. She knew what to do December 16th, 2025. She knew exactly what to do. They were following instructions. Listen, I'm with you on that. But you can't get mad.
I don't have nothing against Donna at all. I'm just saying she was wrong. She was incorrect.
You know, you over there playing spades, you reneging. I wouldn't be a good spades player if I didn't call you reneging, because you're gonna run wheels on me with a handful of spades. Talking about you only had 2 books. You over there sitting on 8 or 9. Reneged your ass off. I caught you. Now go ahead and give up them books. That's how it works.
Yeah. And that's what it is. That's basically what it was, because she could have, she said it was in the charter. And she did not do the same thing she did on December 14th or 10th or whatever day that was. She didn't do the same thing. And that's the issue. You're doing it one way for one time, for one situation, which is the exact same thing. And then she turned around and pretend like, no, that's not what we're going to do. No. Yeah, that's how it works.
Hold on. We got
Ralph Hennessy.
You said Ralph
Hennessy.
Was that he's from the Earth Authority.
Huh?
Hardcore MAGA guy.
What?
He's a hardcore MAGA guy.
Who
Are you not reading? Did you
guy who really pushed the Children and Family Detention Center coming out here, Ralph Hennessy. So he was at Mount Zion.
Yep.
I want to say something, but I'm not going to say it right now. I'll wait. I don't want to say it on here.
It wasn't Zion Hill. There's a difference.
It says Mount Zion, Tavares.
I know. I'm saying it wasn't Zion Hill. There were deceitful instructions. There they were. Damn. Stop. I have it.
Damn it.
He turned around looking at me, being the person I am. I looked at him and said, "What?" And he turned his happy ass around.
Wait.
No, you didn't. No, Miss. I know
She
Miss
said
Bell.
being the
Miss
person
Bell was
she
being
is.
Miss Bell.
Tell me, Miss Bell, who are you? She said being the person I am. Hold up. Who are you, Miss Bell?
Deceitful instructions. I'm wondering what the okay. So let's run a scenario, right? Listen, Donna, Trey, listen. You guys know what we're up against out here. Okay. I don't know if you guys know, but I'm vetoing that thing. I sent it to you, Donna, last week. Listen, I need you guys on your P's and Q's. It is not up for discussion. It's not up for debate. We're not there's nothing. I'm saying what I'm saying, and I said what I said. They had 2 weeks to get it in. They didn't want to say nothing about it. Fine, we're just gonna let it fly, just like this. Don't let them say nothing. That's pretty much how that conversation went. It's the only way it could have went. Well, Jock, what do you want us to do when they try to make a motion to vote? No, we're not letting it happen. We can't let that happen. Well, Jock, how are we going to tell them it's in the damn rules? I'm vetoing it, and that's that. Yeah. I don't know. I can't even. I don't know. I don't know, Babs. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Y'all beautiful people, listen. I got to go. We got to wrap this up. Miss Powell, you go through the list, Mom. I'm going to go ahead and get the show wrapped up. And we'll come back. Are we coming back tomorrow night or no? Because I need to know ahead of time. Tell them they don't. I'm just talking. They don't know what the rules are. tell them it's 2:15.
Just tell them 2:15. You looked it up already, Don. You already looked at it.
Oh, wait, before I do that, hold on. Let me show y'all 2:15. 2:15 has absolutely nothing to do with what they're talking about. It only covers the veto section.
Well, they're talking veto, ain't it?
Yeah, ordinances vetoed by the mayor shall be submitted promptly to the city clerk. It has absolutely nothing to do with holding the vote. Zero. So it just sucks we had to go through all that to find it, but we found it. And
so
if
what
you guys
does it say?
if you got that deep into this, and I'm glad that there's so many people watching at this time of night. I really do appreciate y'all. I saw it had up to 21 for a second. I really do appreciate y'all. Having an interest in this is one thing, and it's such a niche subject, but to actually be involved and trying to make changes in it is something special. So I appreciate y'all. So when he vetoed, someone had to place it on the agenda. That's what they're saying.
Yeah, and that's false. That's false. Because once look, if you read item C all the way completely.
Read it, Tavares.
Boop, 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 boop.
Okay.
Ordinance vetoed by the mayor shall be submitted promptly to the city clerk, who in turn shall submit them to the city council at the next regular meeting, following receipt thereof. Should the council vote to readopt the ordinance by affirmative vote to 2/3 of all of its members, said ordinance shall become law irrespective of the veto by the mayor. So that means if they can get 5 votes, it doesn't matter about the mayor's veto.
And
That's
that means the
saying.
vote is part of that. So when it's put on the agenda at the next council meeting, the
Yep.
vote is part of that.
Yes, they are not separate. They're if a veto comes, then the vote to override it is right behind it. And it doesn't necessarily, because it's very hard to get a majority like that, not a 5-person majority over a veto, period. But that's our fault because we didn't vote the right people in. But either way it goes.
And the key point here is that you do not require another item on the agenda to conduct the vote. It's all part of item C.
Why didn't she let the unanimous consent motion forward? Listen, they're gonna have to replay this, right? Oh, that's what I wanted to tell you. For those of you that are so involved, that would love to be more involved, here's a task. At the next city council meeting, you get up there before Cornelius White does about the minutes, and you bring this point up. You bring this exact point up, and you tell them that they violated the city charter by not following it as it pertains to vetoes. And you can tell, let me tell you something. Jock might have ducked it today, but he's not ducking that next city council meeting in 2 weeks. And that way you could do it right in front of him. Yeah. So about the minutes, apparently you guys subverted some of the city charter rules by not engaging in override vote following a veto. And then if you really just want to say, you straight up lied, you lied. You lied and said that this is required. You said that there's a whole nother agenda item that requires unanimous decision. That's a lie. You lied. You lied to the council. Trey, you lied to the council. So we literally letting people sit up there and have jobs and lie. I know if I had a job like that and I lied on the job, I'd be too afraid to lie on the job. Because I don't know what that would include. You got a job like that, that's how you don't know if that's you creating a federal offense or you don't know what you're doing. Ms. Bell said,
go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm sure right there, black and white, Mr. Porter. Yep. I definitely will. Greg Scott said he will. Ms. Bell said she will. Yeah, challenge the minutes. Challenge the minutes. And I'm talking about you flipped the whole damn table upside down.
Now I have a question. Did you finish the rest of the city council meeting? What was the rest of it about?
No, the rest of the city council meeting is non-consequential. Well, after that, I started seeing people when they got to the housing part. I started seeing people get up and leave. When I seen Shamir leave, and I seen Ms. Bell leave, and I saw Boo leave. Yes, that's right. I saw y'all. I saw y'all with my own 2 eyes. And y'all don't know y'all bring so much joy and happiness. But once I saw y'all leave, I was like, okay, that's cool. I'm out. Me and Mr. Porter went back to talking. Because, we saw what we needed to see. It was a sham. It was a sham. Good. Get it together. You perfect for that task. Listen. Oh, me? Oh, no. I go into City Hall. They're going to throw me on the ground. I'm going to be Cornelius White III. Oh, my wrist. I got bad knees. Oh, my knees.
You are so wrong.
That's wrong. Oh, my hip. I would be yelling out different. I got to take medicine before I go, just in case they beat me.
I got a bad stomach.
I would like for you to stop saying that you were beat down. Well, that's what happened. They threw me on the ground. Mr. Cornelius, did you get the banging that? Mr. Cornelius, no, I'm just saying. And you watched it, Jock. You watched it.
He told me he was upstairs watching it.
I know you was upstairs watching on your closed circuit television set. But I can get around on the interwebs. I know how to find out the video. And all I needed was the date. And you said that's why you lost your court case. Oh man. Yeah, I would have won the next court case. It would have been the court of the streets. I would have won the next 3 court cases. It would have.
Yeah, I think that was so out of. Oh, that was so out of line. Oh, that was so out of line. And we allow him to say that kind of stuff to us. We sit back and put our head down. That was humiliating. Just like he tried to humiliate Jack and Stephen Chart. Just like he tried to humiliate or Mark Hotnell tried to humiliate them 2 news reporters. Y'all, that's not how you handle stuff. That's not how you handle stuff. Well, if you in the right, you in the right. But when you're in the wrong, you don't do that. You're wrong.
We have many problems.
That's a way of losing respect for you when you're acting like a child. People have a right to be angry. People have a right to disagree with you because you're doing some shady shit. Excuse my language.
Yeah,
they got a right. They got a right to show that you're doing it because it affects them.
You can't be cussing on here, man.
Tavares, the way you be cussing, you luckily I ain't said nothing to you about it. So you
like what? I didn't say shit. I mean, I didn't say nothing.
Yes, you do. You be using the MF word. You use nigga like it.
Man, that's not real.
Okay, whatever. Okay, Jock.
That's not even a real person.
That's not real, huh?
I don't know.
You better come with facts. I better come with facts, huh?
Yeah, you gotta show me the timestamp. But yeah, the rest of that be pretty boring. The fact, it was AI, Miss Jeannie Moore. That's AI. That's not me. The fact that I feel like she was frozen, and she really, really, honestly, I felt for her in that little fleeting moment of sympathy. And y'all know I don't like Cynthia, but I did. I felt a little bit of sympathy because she knew she was gonna catch hell for this. She knew it. And Miss Jeannie Moran say, hold on. Let me scroll up. She said that she pulled Jules and Malcolm to the side. Oh, they said I needed to watch the whole thing. Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go back and watch the whole thing. It's only 10:53. You can go back. Get a couple of more minutes in.
Hell no, I'm not going back.
Then we'll have to bring it back up tomorrow.
We done broke down what we need to do because all the rest of the stuff is about houses and Urtron Urts.
But she said you need to watch the whole thing. She didn't say that for nothing.
But I also discussed my concerns with those big ATV things the police were getting.
Oh, that's right.
They can watch. No, but the rest of it was boring.
My bad.
The rest of it was boring, though. Remember?
You heard what he said. Little sis, you heard what he said
about this shit. Hold on, let me.
You heard what he said.
I want to catch this part.
Go back on mute.
I mean, holler at you, Malcolm and Jules. That's not even a hot mic. She literally said that into the mic. I don't know what to make of that, folks. Listen, you voted how you voted, baby. There's no explaining it. If you really wanted to explain it, you could have explained it in your vote. You could have said yes. We could have got past the second person in line, and we could have made it to one of the white people that we knew was going to say no, but it had to be you.
I'm looking on the city charter. Where did you find the section you're on, 2.1 point 11 at? Because you know it's hidden, you say. So where do I find it?
So you go to section 2. Oh, yeah. Don't tell me I sat up there and watched that whole last part and nobody seen it but me.
What you talking about? Oh no, because you still on the wrong screen, a different screen.
Oh man. Hold on.
I'm sitting there trying to do.
Hold on. Here you go.
Yeah. Close. 25. Meeting adjourned. So, let me holler at you, Malcolm and Jules.
Huh? Listen. Shit.
Yes, indeed.
I mean, shit. You just kind of you undercut us. What can we talk about? We tried standing up against the bureaucracy, and you participated in trying to shut us down.
Well, because you're overstepping, the city council is overstepping their boundaries with Gator. That situation is between the city of Alexandria and Gator. And the council has no jurisdiction over that. That's basically what he's going to say. All they do is, what do they do? All they do is appoint commissioners to the Gator board. They're getting too personally involved. That's what his veto letter was basically saying.
Greg said, I would have been like, nah, the meeting over, baby. It's too late. Look, Jeannie Morris, and I would have been like, holler at me for what, babe? Just as nice as you want to be. Well, holler at me for what? What the fuck? Oh, okay. Shit. That's why I shouldn't be on the council. Because I will say some shit like that in public. Fuck you mean, you know. Johnny Downs didn't say, see, I'd be all off topic. I would have to change my name to Jermaine. Because they would be like, he's not Jermaine. I'd be like, yes, I am. So this isn't okay. So the way Mr. Porter described it to me. So you start up at 2. I mean, just at Article 2. Right? And then there's supposed to be oh, well, I'm already inside of it.
Exactly.
But you scroll all the way to the bottom and you look for like 2.12. If you find on the regular one, if you find 2.12, click on it and it's going to bring you to this. You got it, didn't you?
Got it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Mr. Porter. Shout out, Mr. Porter. He beat you to the punch, so you're too slow for me.
Well, everybody else uses AI. I got Mr. Porter.
Oh, please.
My technological advances is probably a little bit more advanced than yours.
You've been using AI this whole show.
I have not. This all stuff Mr. Porter gave me. Now what?
You gonna use it today? You been using it?
Oh no, I'm gonna use it later though. I ain't gonna lie. All right. And not holler, geez. How about let me speak to you? She did say I gotta holler at y'all. Damn, she pulled out
that guilt ate her up. I mean, she was in that seat.
Hey, she was
that's what they mean by the hot seat, y'all. That's what they mean by the hot seat. She was burnt. You know, y'all ever know when y'all gotta go to the principal office, or you know you done got in trouble, they didn't call your mama and you gotta get home, get on the bus, and your seat just as warm as ever because you scared to death, sweating, bullets in there, because you know you finna get your butt towed up when you get home, right?
And listen, it's not even gonna be me, Cynthia. It's not gonna be none of us. The people felt a certain type of way. You know how you people be wishy-washy? Because 2 weeks ago, you was all for this shit. And when it was time to really stand on business, you folded. And it is what it is. You got more than 18 months left in your office. I know that. And when you got more than 18 months left in office, you could get recalled. It could happen. It's happening to Landry right now. If y'all don't know, Jeff Landry's being recalled. It can happen, Cynthia. I'm trying to spare you the hurt feelings. But I mean, some people just addicted to pain. I don't know. Couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. Holler at me for what? Well, you just I got a second up there with Mr. Green, and you gonna fucking put a hole in my boat? What we need to talk about? You put a hole in our boat. What are we talking about? Just because you're gonna take the bare minimum for Cheatham Park, that don't mean I want the bare minimum for my district. Maybe I want Gator's help. Maybe Gator is going to come through. Maybe Gator could have helped you achieve what you was trying to achieve with Cheatham Park, that the literal city is not doing shit about. They told you, come get your money out of my bloody hands in 2030. Come get your money out of my dead, folded hands, my dead, cold hands in 2030. And then you can have your Cheatham Park. But between 2026 and 2029, you kiss that shit goodbye. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. We got Bringhurst filled. We got to bring that up. We got to bring up Bringhurst. That's gonna be the new motto. Bring up Bringhurst. We're gonna use the money we got off the feds, off the back end. But I digress. Yeah, do y'all think she was protecting? Wait. Do y'all think she was protecting something or maybe someone's job? Yes. According to Mr. Porter's assessment, the only two people that would have had to vote no in the open would have been Lizzie Felter and Jim Villard. They're both up for re-election. And again, that damn Gator is what cost Lee Rubin his re-election. That damn Gator is what cost Reddick's his re-election. So Gator is a blitz that you do not just want to go punching on.
Because it's the only thing that we got to hold on to that's black, y'all, to be honest with you, if you want to be really honest, it's the only thing that represents us, because your city don't.
Cleta doesn't represent you. The goddamn Chamber of Commerce definitely don't represent you.
And Chamber of Commerce sure don't represent you. And you got to remember, we don't appoint people to Cleta. We appoint people to the Gator Board.
Everybody on Cleta is appointments from the mayor.
Yeah.
From what I think I remember correctly. And it's not even Cleta, it's Central Louisiana, whatever the fuck. Excuse my language.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, like I was saying, it's like Gator is the only thing that represents us. And the only thing that we can, I guess, really fight for that represents who we are. And they don't want that. That's the whole point. They do not want that. That's why he went and got Greg Upton. He got that's why Lizzie went and got, y'all got to remember what Lizzie Felter did. Lizzie Felter wrote a scathing letter toward Angie Bernardo, telling her that she don't deserve that position. Do y'all remember that? See, y'all quit with this doggone amnesia. They went after Angie Bernardo from the get-go. This whole thing was orchestrated, and Lizzie Felter sit there and did that. She better be glad I'm not in her district. She better be so glad. Oh, Lord, she better be glad I'm not in her district, because she would not be in that seat again next year. I promise you, she wouldn't be. I would make sure she wouldn't be in that seat.
The black chamber, they're small, but they're growing. Listen, support black businesses. That's it. That's all. Point blank, period. Support these black businesses. They're going to grow. You know why? Because black folks, we always manage to have our own infrastructure. No matter what's going on around us, we always have our own bartering system. We always got our own language, our own lingo. We got everything on our own. And let's keep it like that. But what's ours, in my mind, Jock owes y'all. Jock owes y'all. He does. Jock really truly is indebted to the black community, and y'all need to start acting like him. When he came up with the restore plan, he came up with that plan a year out. He knew how he was going to abuse y'all when he got back in good. He had it all mapped out. And he
did. He sure did.
Out y'all noses.
Yep, he sure did. He knew just what he was going to do because he admitted that he planned it.
Look at if Jock ain't willing, if he ain't trying to pay what he owe, then the conversation's over with. Conversation's over with. You don't have to worry about my vote. You don't have to worry about coming to my community. You don't have to worry about playing the guitar and fucking the harmonica at the same time. You don't have to worry about the barbershop quartet. Oh, good night, my darling, good mama. You don't have to do that with Gary Johnson and Jim Villard. Y'all don't have to do any of that. You can just go home. Just go home. Goodbye. Goodbye, my Coney Island. Goodbye, my Coney Island. Goodbye, my Coney Island, bruh. He owes the minority community and minority. He sure does, Miss Renee. Absolutely. Goodbye. Goodbye, my Coney Island. That's what Jock is.
No, what it is so, how it go? So come pick up your clothes.
No.
I'll have them folded.
No, you don't fold
Leave
that.
me at the door.
You don't have to fold that. You don't have to fold fucking
Does anyone of the council have a spouse with a position?
No, you said that Miss Spirit folded, so I sang folded.
Wait, what?
I don't know.
Does anyone on the council have a spouse with a position with the COA? Miss Jeannie Moran.
What are you talking about? No, what are you talking about?
So let me pick up the mic. Let me hold your hand when I say this. Hey, Miss Jeannie Moran, did you know that Lizzie Felter's husband had a job with the city right before she got elected? That's right. During COVID, he was the code enforcer. Would you believe it? He left his cushy job at Louisiana College to go to kinetics just to end up with a job with the city as a code enforcer during COVID. Does anybody know anybody that works in code enforcement in Alexandria? I don't. But here's the kicker. Nobody was doing code enforcement during COVID because we were all locked down. That's right. And he quit shortly before she was and he was hired around the time of the breach, but we're not going to get too far into that. Was anyone else? No, not that Cynthia used to. He retired though. Now. Somebody been watching TCM at night if they know barbershop quartets. Goodbye, Mike. I'm old. And plus, I think barbershop quartets is probably the next best thing to black gospel choirs. Same principles. And it doesn't require a ton of singing talent. Other than that, no, Miss Jeannie Moran. No. But I know that Lizzie Felter's husband is a computer graphics person that used to work for Kinetics. Well, actually, he left Louisiana College. He started his own business for about 6 months. Then ended up at Kinetics, and when he ended up at Kinetics, he landed there for about a good almost a year. And right during COVID, he switched jobs for the city. About 20, it's 26. So yeah, about 2021, somewhere in there. 2020, somewhere in there. But yeah. Yeah. But goodbye. Goodbye, my Coney Island, babe. All right. Go down your list, Miss Alita.
You done with your quartet?
Oh yeah, hold on. Goodbye, my Coney Island, baby. Farewell, my home sweet. Farewell, my home sweet. Yeah, that's the only parts that I know. Goodbye. That nigga was hitting that bass in the back. Goodbye. Goodbye, my Coney Island. Goodbye, my Coney Island. Goodbye, my Coney Island, bro. Yeah, y'all don't know nothing about that. That's about what with gospel.
That's stupid. You stupid boy. Okay, so how do you say at Nins? I don't know.
I know who that is. They just say our YouTube viewer. She knows who he is.
Okay, great. Thank you, Miss Powell. Thank you, Miss Battles. Thank you, Mr. Scott. Thank you, Miss Wade. Thank you, Miss Bell. Thank you, Mr. Turner. Thank you. I seen Miss Goldsby. Thank you, Mr. McGee. Thank you, Miss Hall.
Yeah, shout out Mr. McGee for coming up.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. McGee, for coming up. Mr. Washington, thank you. Miss Washington, I'm sorry, I said Mr. I meant to say Miss Washington. Miss Colson, thank you. Who else am I missing? I said Miss Scott. Oh, Miss Goldsby, thank you. Okay, let me see, who else did I miss? Mr. Porter, thank you so much. Miss Shamir, thank you so much. Miss Finley, thank you. Let me make sure I have everybody. Yeah. Yes, the usual suspects. Let's see. Yes, that's everybody. Thank you, guys. So we should be back Friday. If we don't do a show tomorrow, unless something happens, we'll pop up. If nothing happens, we won't be here tomorrow, but we'll be back Friday. That's Free Speech Friday. And I want to get into some historical stuff for Free Speech. I can't even talk. Free Speech Friday. Thank you guys so much. We are looking for an exciting. Don't forget to go out and early vote. Go vote.
Absolutely.
Go vote. Okay.
If you haven't voted yet, what's wrong with you, man?
I haven't voted yet.
What's wrong with you, man?
Nothing. Mr. Landry, they are putting a recall. They got a recall petition going right now. I actually hit the young lady up who's doing it, and I just asked her to make sure she let us know when she gets to Rapides Parish, because I would definitely be there. People already hollering they're gonna sign it. There's a lot of people saying they're gonna sign it when it gets to their area. So definitely, it's gonna take a lot, and she says she understands that. She knows it's gonna take a lot. Yeah. Nothing ever happens in Alexandria. Thank you all for keeping us informed and educated. You're welcome, sweetie. But yes, definitely.
Well, guess what? Today with the Cleo Fields meeting, I passed by there because I had time after the city council meeting. I asked the question, and well, the second thing I gave them the early voting statistics, and I told them that I see all these people here, and early voting started last Saturday, and I told them that early voting ends this Saturday, to make sure that they go out and vote because people wait to the last minute to vote on the last day. So Cleo Fields was like, the first comment I said, he said I love you. But anyway, we'll discuss that part later. But anyway, for the second question, I was really talking about the early voting portion. I didn't have a question. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to make sure everybody who was there, which was about maybe 100 people, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So the church was full. So I just wanted them to know what the numbers were looking like for early voting, and the black people are, we're down. We're down by almost 1,000. Yes, we're down by almost 1,000. I had the numbers on me. I don't have to pull it up. I don't have it right now. But yes, when I asked him that, he said, "Oh well, pretty much he said as long as people go out and vote, it's okay to wait until the last day." He said because his mom used to do that. But he didn't disagree with me, but he also gave his example of, it's okay for people to
It's a thin
wait
line
as
he
long
had
as
to
they
tread.
go.
He had to tread that really thin line at that thing, because certain shit he couldn't say because he is
Oh, I know it's a lot
still
of
elected.
things. I understand it's a
Yeah,
lot of
there's
things he
certain
couldn't
things.
say.
Yeah, he wasn't allowed
People
to
were asking
say.
him about the recall of Jeff Landry. So he said, I got a trans. You know, he said I can't comment on it. He kept it real. He said he could not comment on everything. You know, on everything. We know you couldn't, but he know he for it because people were asking where the petition was, how we could get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And see, in order for that type of statewide organized thing, they'd have to have a Central Louisiana. I hope they thought that all the way through, because
She
recalls
did.
aren't easy.
Matter of fact, she did it before. She did it before. So the young lady who's doing it, she actually did a video, and she's already been on news stations already. So she's done one before. And I'm proud of her that she's doing it. Enough is enough. And I'm quite sure he knows already that he in trouble now. Especially when you call yourself suspending the primaries, I mean the midterms or whatever. When you did all that, y'all, I'm telling you, that's a desperate move. That's a desperate move. People do desperate things because they are so afraid. They really are. Well,
something that I'm disturbed by as we woke up this morning is seeing folks on the internet say that this was a false flag, that we are basically all in cahoots to say that this was staged. And I think as someone who, for all of us who was in the room, who had to jump on the ground, who had to text our family and friends and tell them that we're okay, calling our moms, like so many people in this country have done for decades, to see people say those kinds of things, it is frustrating and it's disturbing. It shows the issues that we have to try and fix.
I ain't never seen this Brandon Coon in my life. He's sitting up there on basically state-sponsored television rocking a natural. Let's break it down. His feelings were hurt by people calling a hoax a hoax. Sir, you are not sitting here comparing your experience at the White House Correspondents' Dinner with that of children dealing with active shooters in schools, with people who were present at the Pulse nightclub in Orlando, Florida. You can't possibly be doing that because that would be insane. First of all, why are you at the White House Correspondents' Dinner? Oh, because you're on mainstream media and you're complicit in the advancement of the disinformation and misinformation and propaganda campaigns that are harming the citizens of the United States and the world on a daily basis. But you have tricked yourself into thinking because you're in your position that it's somehow more ethical and more moral or better because it's you, right? Because I haven't seen you calling attention to the systematic unaliving of journalists in Palestine and Lebanon. I haven't seen you call attention to the complicity of Democrats in the advancement of Republicans in doing whatever the F they want in this nation. No, you're just the latest black face being used to continue the psychological operations that are lying to everybody. And now you are not only lying to everybody, but you're continuing to lie to yourself. You are nothing more than a narrative reader, which is why you are sitting here spewing the narrative that the United States government, the literal imperial Death Star of the world, has scripted you to say. And so when you sit up here and you try to gaslight an entire nation that what took place was not a hoax, simply because you are not ready to wake up to the lie that you're living in, you're embarrassing yourself. You don't even deserve to wear that natural.
Boo-hoo, he's hurt. Boo-hoo, he needs therapy. Shut up, bitch. There's too many coons in the black race. That's the motherfucking problem. That's really how I feel. There's too many of y'all that like this shit. You niggas like being second place.
Sorry. On another note, and we're getting out of here. Well, did you have something else to say?
No, I was just laughing at that. I didn't see that about her. I saw that I saw what that guy was saying, and I was like, I was shocked that he said that. And then I was like, oh, okay. No, he ain't like that. He's done. I will never watch them again. I will never watch them again. I'm done. Because everybody knows that stuff wasn't real. And anybody on this show that believe it was real, let me tell you what I got. You want to tell you what I got?
Hold on.
What?
I'm gonna take Mr. Porter off the screen. I'm gonna go ahead and play it.
Boo-hoo, he's hurt. Boo-hoo, he needs therapy. Shut up, bitch. There's too many coons in the black race. That's the motherfucking problem. That's really how I feel. There's too many of y'all that like this shit. You niggas like being second place to white people.
All their heroes have been white. They make you bow down to George Washington as your hero. Did they ever tell you that that hokey owned slaves? Did he ever tell you that? Yeah. Not only did he own slaves, he sold a black woman for a barrel of molasses, and he's supposed to be our hero. Our hero. Yeah.
Champ. All right. So now we can put Mr. Porter back on the screen. Thank you guys so much for joining us. It's been wonderful. Goodbye. Goodbye, my Coney Island, man.
Good night.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye, my Coney Island.
Tomorrow